Hellcat. Coming like a Hellcat. Like a Hellcat.
Hello, Janelle Song, we're here. Hello, my fine feathered friends. Marcel and I are new to the mukbang
thingy. And we're about to do mukbang and
movie review. Yay! Okay, so tonight we're gonna have, for dinner we're having I call it a lemon curry fusion that I prepared. It's all gluten-free. I have celiac disease, so I can't do gluten for various reasons, which I'll explain in another video. And Marcel, we're foodies and we like food, and yeah, we're here discussing things and discuss a movie that we watched recently that's out. I will serve you, my friend. So yeah, so this is a lemon Latin curry fusion. So it's inspired by Filipino dishes, Thai, and like all these like different noodle dishes I've had, and paella. That's a typical dish in Spain and parts of Argentina. I'm sure other countries too. I have yet to explore that. So we're gonna try to put some on Marcel's plate.
It's like a big blob.
It's like a big blob.
It's like a big blob. Like no. Yeah, the rice noodles. Oh my gosh, rice noodles real sticky. sticky.
They're not sticky. They're not sticky, Marcel. Are they sticky? They're not sticky. They're stretchy.
Right. Elastic.
Yeah, wait. If you have scissors, you can cut this up with scissors. Okay, let's just... We should have done something differently with the noodles. I think I should have put them in a different thing. Maybe like cut them up before.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
I don't always make dishes like this. Like, I made one that was a Thai dish, but those were different. It was a different process with those. Like, they were like glass noodles or something. All right. Ooh. Okay. Here, let me help you with the meat part.
Oh my gosh.
I think we need to get more meat in here.
Yeah, man, the noodles totally drawn the meat.
So there's like beef and shrimp.
Yeah. See.
Okay, well let me go grab some more. See, that's what I made. Very good stuff. And I do taste my meals before I serve. Gotta make sure to do the taste test.
Oh man, stringy again. Oh, you got a big portion this time. You got a good portion this time. Feel good. Yeah. Thanks. She's amazing cook, you know, right? Thanks, Marcel. Okay, so. Oh, goodness. I don't even eat all of it. It's so hard. This is all I'm gonna eat. Okay. Alright, maybe a mess. But I like to do fusions because I'm like, these are two popular dishes from whatever country cuisine I've tried, and you know what I mean? See how that.
Typically they work well. They just gonna, it's gotta be a marrying of flavors, like a harmony. And we're having purple drink. Just kidding. It's like purple Kool-Aid.
Actually,
In certain urban areas, it's called purple drink.
yeah, it's just grape Kool-Aid.
Grape Kool-Aid.
Yeah, so let's give this a try.
We're from the Washington, D.C. area, Maryland, Virginia. We live in Maryland. But D.C. is like 30 minutes away, so we're in the metropolitan area. So a lot of our slang and lingo is from this area.
Oh yeah.
How is it?
Oh, good.
Really?
Phenomenal. I mean, you know, I gotta get more of these noodles, man.
You like them?
Yeah. Better than the spaghetti, you know. We can make spaghetti with these things, but don't need to.
Well, yeah, it's good. It's like a different consistency.
Yeah.
So we recently watched Guardians of the Galaxy. Spoiler alert.
Yes, real spoiler alert.
What did you think of the movie overall?
My best opinion? You need to see it again. I mean, it is action, comedy, I mean, drama, all rolled in one. I mean, it just got too many funny points in the movie. You just cannot stop laughing. I mean, you constantly laugh. I mean, out of all.
What did you think? You couldn't stop laughing?
Oh gosh, you know, the next day, man, my throat was hurting. Yeah, man, because I couldn't laugh. I mean, I was just constantly laughing. And also, the movie theater, we went to the Regal. This Regal we went to, oh my God, they got recliner seats. You know, you go to movie theater, you know, you got your regular or standard seats, but this one got recliner seat. I mean, assigned recliner seats. And I like the way they did the plot. I mean, because everybody thought, you know, like they didn't, when Kurt Russell was playing Ego, everybody thought, you know, Ego was the planet. But the way they did it so good. I'm not going to tell you all of it, but I mean, it is so funny.
You don't have to say all of it, but this is a mukbang, spoiler alert, movie review. We're going to spoil some parts, but not all. What he's talking about, what he's referring to, if you all are familiar with the Marvel story, the comic, well, Guardians of the Galaxy consists of, was it 4 people? 4 beings, and one of them is like a hybrid raccoon, and he's like a smart ass, and he like cusses, and he says like, he just says smart ass things. He's like kind of a jerk. He's kind of a douchebag, but he has like a big heart, and he cares for his crew. And then there's Groot. I am Groot. Well, I'm gonna get told off for saying his name wrong. I am Groot. He is so cute. He's like, if you saw the first one, Groot sacrifices his life to save his friends and like the world or whatever, the galaxy. And then like a little bud, he's a tree. He's like this part tree, like he's some sort of like alien humanoid tree, I guess you can say. It's like,
I mean, a living tree.
And then he can't speak. The only thing he says is I am Groot. But it's like he said, it's like it's full of action. There's some endearing moments that make you kind of like, I don't know. It's everything. It's got everything. I was emotional. I'm already an emotional person. I was like, oh my God. Some parts I laughed, some parts I cried. Like, not literally cried, but felt sad.
And I mean, when he's in that baby form, it was so hilarious. I mean,
there's this one scene where they're like, should we kill him? And the bad guys are like, no, he's too adorable to kill. Groot was cute.
Really
Very
cute.
funny. What was his name? The Celestial?
Oh, the Celestial was Ego.
Ego is the name of the Celestial, who's essentially the villain. But I mean, in the beginning, he was like, it was kind of suspicious. You could kind of tell that he was the one who's like up to something. Yeah, Kurt Russell did a good job
Oh yeah, and
playing the older Ego.
yes, I mean,
The younger one looked like Michael Landon. Do you remember Michael Landon?
yeah.
Oh, they made the younger Ego look. I was like, he looks so like Michael Landon. If you guys know who Michael Landon are, you're a true 80s kid like me.
And the way he looked back then in the 80s was, I mean, it matched on point.
With Michael Landon.
Yeah, Michael Landon, but it looked like Kurt Russell's back in the day. I mean, not perfect, but
Almost, I guess his hair.
Yeah.
Like, Kurt Russell's put on a little bit of weight. Like,
yeah,
he's not,
because I mean,
he's not as slender as he was when he
when,
was
back in the 80s, his hair was more straighter. You know, little, you know, slightly wavy, but straight. You know, little wavy,
The point
but
is-
not really that texture. But
I agree. But the point is that they were trying to make a younger version of Ego. And he was populating different planets and, you know, he did something really fucked up to, what's his name? Peter was his name? Peter's mom. The main character, I guess. The main protagonist. And we're not gonna say what he did, but it was really, like, heartbreaking. And I almost felt like I'm close to my parents. Like, granted, we all go through our growing pains with them, but I think mostly you can relate. Like, if something's getting done to, even if it's a fictional story, but there's something getting done wrong to your parent or a parent, you're like, you get almost angry. You're like, oh, that's fucked up, man. And you just want to like jump into the screen. I mean, I don't get that crazy, but I'm just like, you feel the emotion. And I was like, oh my God. And it's like, there's like a moral to the whole story. Like, it was so good. It was like, you felt like really happy to be with your family. Like, they were saying quotes like, the people that you love can just be right next to you. It was like, oh, like, I had my son with me. And Marcel's like one of my dearest friends, and he's family. And it just made you feel so good. Watch it with your family. If you're in odds with a loved one, like your best friend or like your neighbor who's like happens to be really, go see this movie and bring your kids, and you're gonna like just, it's like a feel-gooder. It's a movie that makes you feel good. You leave feeling like hopeful. And that's what I love about cinema. That's what I love about movies, is that you go in there feeling some kind of way. Like, you can have had a bad day, or you watch too many bad news on like social media or whatever, what have you. And you go see this movie, like this type of movie, sci-fi. It's got a little bit of like a thriller aspect, but not too scary because kids can watch it. And it makes you laugh. It's just really good. I liked it so much. I really did. I'd watch it again. It kind of, if you liked, what's his name? What can I think right now?
Drax.
No, not Drax. Drax is cool. I'm talking about it. I was going to bring up
Gamora?
another movie.
Which one?
Deadpool.
Oh yes, Deadpool.
You can kind of, it's kind of like comparable to Deadpool, but not as I guess I would say not as, it was just as violent.
Deadpool was ultra violent, but
Deadpool was more like on Earth. Like, they weren't really, this is more like spatial, like it was intergalactical type, but with that sense of humor of like Deadpool, like that smart aleck. But it was very like, because it's, Guardians of the Galaxy was written like a long time ago, like in the, what was it, the 60s, 70s? I'm not sure.
I believe in 70s.
So it was like that kind of like 70s, like cookie cutter, corny humor. That it's so corny, but you still laugh because it's that corny. And they play a lot of like 80s music.
Some 80s and some 70s and some 60s music. I mean,
That's right.
but the most craziest part, yeah, the most craziest part, the wildest part was between
It doesn't matter.
Gamora and Nebula.
Nebula?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Bleh.
Oh my gosh.
Nebula.
Oh my.
Nebula, I think,
Nebula,
right? I forgot.
yeah.
I have like a bad memory sometimes. Like I have a bad memory. Like I have selective memory, and he has sometimes trouble pronouncing certain tongue twister type names.
Yeah, because I work too hard and work for. No, never mind. I work for IT, so you think too hard and your mind is not functioning right after.
That's okay. Don't get so technical. Just, just we're having a good little mukbang. Talking about this amazing movie.
Nebula. Oh my gosh, I cannot even say it.
Just give up. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, so the two rival sisters. Was Gamora?
Gamora. We should get our names right before we talk about a movie.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're bad.
See how this is like newbie stuff. Like we want to talk about a movie, forgot everybody's names. Like all the characters' names.
Yeah, because we're just tired. But
we're
then
just
again,
so tired and old. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We're not old.
No, not yet.
Not totally there yet. But he's right. It's been a long day today because it isn't easy living with roommates. It isn't. We all get in each other's way sometimes. We care for each other. Like we've shared living quarters for quite some time, so we're like family. We're used to each other. But there's so much to do. There was one day where our roommate, you seen him in one of my mukbangs, David, he passed by and he said something really funny. He'll just say funny things sometimes. He's like, wow, everybody's home today. Because Marcel was going up the stairs, I was going down the stairs. My son was going down the stairs, and then Dave was coming out the house. And then we were all taking turns, like, simultaneously using the laundry. Like, the laundry system is downstairs to where I live. And we were literally, first David will use the laundry, then you use the laundry, then I use it. It was like back to back. Everybody was in the house at the same time. My son Nick is a senior in high school, and he was like home for spring break. It was a busy day. So today's Sunday, and I don't usually work Mondays, but I work tomorrow. But we needed to do this mukbang because I started my channel. I started uploading mukbangs, and Marcel's done his for a while now. And we're going to put the link below to mine. And yeah, and we're just going to keep doing these because we're inspired through other mukbangers. He has his favorite lineup. I have my favorite lineup of mukbangers. And it's fun to do these like eating shows and to talk, you got to tell him how you made your Kool-Aid.
Oh.
He took my suggestion, by the way, guys.
What's that, trivia?
Trivia. Yeah.
Truvia? Oh, she convinced me to purchase this Truvia sugar. I mean,
From the stevia plant.
What type of plant?
Stevia.
Stevia.
I think it's called stevia because they have, yeah.
And this sugar is totally different. I had to read the instruction how to properly utilize the sugar. And one thing is, for instance, if you use in the Kool-Aid, some people use like a cup of sugar. This sugar, you had to use a half a cup.
You use less.
Use less.
And it's not as many calories as like processed sugar or sugar cane. A sugar cane is more organic, but you use less. It's a lot sweeter. The taste is sweeter and it's less calories.
Yeah, and
it comes from a plant. It's like natural.
Yeah, so and we use a 2-gallon jug, and before I used like 1 cup and a half. This time I had to use 1/3 of a cup. 1/3.
It tastes really good.
Yeah, I used 2 1/3 and 1 1/4, and it turned out pretty good.
It turned out refreshing. And check this out. He had the amount in his cup of, the way he made it. I put half. And then the rest I filled with water, and it's still sweet enough to like drink and feel like, oh, I'm drinking something that's not water. because, you know, for those that want to cut back on sugar, salt. There's no salt in this meal. Yeah. Whatever little bit of sodium there is in this meal is from the seasoning. We try to do healthier. Like, I feel like as a unit, as our, like his mom lives here too. She's Miss Jamaican Queen. She's a princess. But we love her. I mean, of course, that's his mother. But Miss V, we're going to call her Miss V. Just for respect out of her, we're not going to say her full name. But Miss V is very careful with her diet too. She eats pretty healthy. You know, and I guess we're still pretty young, so we still kind of eat junk food.
Yeah,
but we're getting up there. It's not like we're not wet behind the ears anymore, so to speak. You know, we're past our 20s. Shh. So, you know, it's like you gotta have a balance. Whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, you have to have a balance. You have to like remember what good things to put in your body, and even if you go out and like party or whatever, always remember to hydrate, know your limits. Listen to me, I'm so motherly. You kids out there need to take care of yourselves. Everyone does.
Oh yeah. So back to the
movie.
Well,
let's talk more about it. I really loved it. What else did you like about it, Marcel?
Well, I like it when Gamora and Nebula, I'm gonna say it right, almost have it out. And I mean, the fight, I mean, it was epic, but I can't tell you what happened afterward. And it was really emotional. That's
good. I like how you describe that. So, yeah, I like that part too, because I have those that have siblings can relate. And even if you're an only child, whatever best friend you grew up with becomes like a brother or sister. Like, you just become close. And that particular scene he's describing, it was like one of those moments where you're like, damn, I know how bad I can hate my siblings and how mad I could be at them. But at the end of the day, or, you know, at the end of the day, you know that you care for that sibling, that you love them. I got into an argument with my siblings earlier today because they can't stand seeing me sad over anything. And I was just sad because I was on social media reading some like bad news that we're not going to discuss because this is a happy mukbang. But it was depressing, and I was like, oh my god, you guys, I had a day, and then I couldn't even begin to describe how I felt because my sister can't handle it. Like, she's like, well, you know what? I try to tell you things and you don't want to listen and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, why? Why did I even bring it up to her? And, you know, it's just that like sibling rivalry that I guess sometimes continuously happens. But as you get a little older and wiser, you realize, let bygones be bygones. So my youngest brother and sister are in Las Vegas. And today I Skype with all of them. I Skype with the other brother who's in Pennsylvania. And no, I felt bad, so I called my youngest brother and he picked up and he's like, don't say anything to her, don't say anything. And he's like trying to mediate between my sister and I. And I see Ruthie poking her head. And I was like, hey, I kind of had this fake smile on my face. And I was like, you're mean or something. I don't know. But we just, you know, we broke the ice and we joked around with each other. And, you know, that's it. We were fine. It just, one of those moments, and you'll see in the Guardian of the Galaxies, you'll see that, like, sibling moment, like.
And,
granted, they were a little, like, violent.
Oh yeah, there was some part that was really violent on it, but it was too humorous to even think it was that violent.
Yeah, it's like you don't focus on, like, we say violent because there's a lot of fighting and stuff. Obviously, they're like, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy. They're like trained, you know, fighters or whatever.
Yeah, and actually, I mean, it kind of show. I mean, this movie shows like a lot of like, you know, family trust and everything. You know, always follow the code, and some people, you know, I mean, one of them was Lando. He made some very tough sacrifices, and he kind of nearly burned some bridges, and they still forgave him. But and sometimes they didn't forgive him for that, because like some of them did not know what he was doing, and when he kidnapped Peter Quill, so some of them did know, and some of them didn't. So like and I mean, it kind of showed the history why he kidnapped Peter Quill, and because
It was a grand reveal as to like the intentions behind
it.
him like kidnapping Peter Quill weren't what you thought in the first movie. If you don't know about the story, that is, because if you know about the story, if you read the story in the Marvel comics or whatever, you'll know what it's all about. But in movies they change it up a bit or they add things to it. I haven't read the story. I know about the Guardians of the Galaxy, but I never read the actual comic book. So this is all kind of like it was like it was a reveal. Like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And it's same here too. I didn't, when I was a kid, I used to subscribe to like I believe X-Men, Iron Man, the New Mutants.
Still does.
Yeah, I still have comic books. Some of them, I still have a lot of them, but I had kind of stopped many years ago, but I still have them. But they still have some value. So majority of them are Marvel. I mean, I don't have no DC comic books, none.
I like DC. I like Marvel. I like DC. I like illustrated comics. I'm an artist. I like to draw. I like to sketch, and I just appreciate a nice story behind. I like a nice illustration, a nice story behind a nice illustration. If you could like visually put the compound together and structurize a story, hey, you've done a good job. Mm-hmm. And that's what Guardian of the Galaxies is. It's based on, these older comic books written many, many years ago. And they brought it fast forward to 2017. Well, the first one, when did they make the first one? 2-3 years ago?
2-3
Him and I went to see it with my son. We went to go see it one. I picked movie nights with my friends, and that was the same, like the time where him and I decided, hey, let's do the movies tonight. What do you want to see? We saw Guardians of the Galaxy. We saw the first one. And then there was Harold the Duck.
Oh, yes.
Howard the Duck. So, okay, for those out there that know about Darkwing Duck, that's who I thought that was. And I got into an argument with my producer. It wasn't an argument. It was a funny discussion. He goes, no, it was not Darkwing Duck. And then, my music producer, I record music. And
I mean, Howard the Duck's supposed to be portrayed by Donald Duck or Daffy Duck.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
Daffy Duck's the black duck, though.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And now that I look back at it, was that some sort of racial thing, you think?
Don't know.
Because Donald Duck's a white duck.
Yes.
And Daffy Duck's a black duck.
Mm-hmm.
So what the hell is Howard the Duck, an Italian duck?
Howard the Duck was a clone
white,
version
but
of
not white. Like
it was a clone version of believe it or not, Donald Duck.
Well, I thought it was Darkwing Duck, and my producer was like, "No, it's not Darkwing Duck." And then I was like, "Who is it then?" And then the little boy, his son who's like 8 or 9, he's so cute. He's like, "No, Dad, it was," or he goes, "No, Joe, it was not. It was." And then he said it was Howard. Was it Howard?
Howard, yes.
Howard the Duck, who apparently was also like in these comics back in the day. I don't remember. I heard of him, but I don't remember him.
And there was a movie of him, but I think back in 1986, I believe.
He did a cameo in the first one. Spoiler alert again. Spoiler alert.
If you see
spoiler alert.
Yeah. So
he's in it again. Like you see a cameo of him.
And always a cameo.
I thought I was gonna sneeze.
Actually, in the cameo, one of the cameos, Stan Lee was in speaking with the actual Watchers. I mean, it was kind of hilarious. Stan Lee, the actual creator of Marvel.
Oh, that's who that was.
Yeah, the old guy. Yes.
Wow. Oh, Stan Lee. What's his last name?
Stan Lee.
Oh, Stan Lee.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot with myself. Well, anyway, guys, is there anything else you wanted to conclude with the interview? I think that this mukbang's been great. The food was really yummy. We're gonna have the description of like the ingredients, like what I put together today, and you'll see in the previous clips before this one how I like rinsed the noodles and how I like cooked it on a non-stick pan. And we'll have some pictures, some we're gonna do the thumb.
Yeah, why not?
What's it? The thumbnails. We'll have some cool thumbnails.
Yeah. So so what do you think that this movie needs to be seen again?
I give it 2 thumbs up. Way up.
So if those who have not seen it yet, please, I mean,
we have movie critic names. So I'm Stencil and he's Egbert. It's supposed to sound like Siskel and Ebert.
You're right.
Do you want me to be Egbert and you Stencil?
No.
Well, you made a face.
No, I mean, we just be ourselves.
But it's funner. It's more fun if... Funner. It's more fun if we have, like, pretend critic names.
True.
So who do you want to be, Stencil or Egbert?
Probably Egbert.
Because if you're Egbert, then you'd have to, for fun, wear an egg face one time.